Welcome to the Messenger review. It's the legendary Trials of Osiris pulse rifle, and in my case, it's the adept version. I'm going to explain why I love this weapon so much compared to similar pulse rifles such as Red Death and 3 Little Words, and elaborate on its situational usefulness. First, let's go over how you can get this weapon. Being a Trials of Osiris weapon, Brother Vance will eventually sell the non-adept version of this weapon, and when he does, PvP will be hell. Or, if you want the elemental version, you must go 9-0 in Trials and visit the lighthouse for a chance of getting the adept messenger. Now let's go over the stats. It has the highest impact of all the pulse rifles but a pretty slow rate of fire. Range is excellent, and stability and reload are okay. Mag size of 24 isn't a problem since you can take down up to a major in PvE and 3 people in PvP in one mag. Aim assist is a little bit low, but the recoil direction is pretty good overall. In PvP it does 38 crit and 26 to the body, and if you proc Head Seeker, the crit damage goes up to 41. And this is coming from a pulse rifle, so if you do the math, there's a very high chance that each burst is going to do well over 100 damage. If you compare this with the Red Death, it has higher rate of fire and slightly lower impact, but the messenger blows the Red Death out of the water in range and stability. Also, the higher impact gives more leeway for killing people in 2 bursts. It has pretty much the same stats as 3 Little Words, but with better perks and sights. Now let's go into perks. The first and second perk are Third Eye and Head Seeker. Third Eye is universally helpful, especially since this weapon is not as capable in close quarters, so you can see when someone's sneaking up to you and switch to a close range backup. Head Seeker allows you to one burst things that you normally wouldn't be able to in PvE, and gives you even more room for error for 2 bursting people in PvP. Onto your tree of perks, you have the option to choose between Extended Mag, which increases your mag size to 33, that Mag Well, which increases your reload speed, and Perfect Balance. For PvE, I really recommend Extended Mag because that allows you to take on bigger groups of enemies without reloading, and for PvP, Perfect Balance makes this laser gun with 0 recoil, so I don't see why you should choose anything else. While 3 Little Words has further stock, the messenger's Perfect Balance is superior and makes the messenger have considerably lower recoil than 3 Little Words. Of course, Red Death has no stability perk at all. For sight, it's mostly up to personal preference, but I recommend Red Dot OAS for clean sight and extra aim assist. However, the best thing about the perks is that they are fixed, and no, they cannot be reforged. So if you get this gun, you are guaranteed to have the great perk set no matter which version of the messenger you get. Now let's get into how this gun performs in PvE. As a pulse rifle, it lacks the raw power of hand cannons, and if you know me, I love hand cannons in PvE, especially Fatebringer and Hawkmoon. However, what it lacks in raw power, it makes up in utility. The range, accuracy, and stability are insane in this gun, and allows you to use it more like a scout rifle with insanely high impact. Combine that with Gunslinger's Trance, and it becomes a laser gun that you can use over the scout rifle ranges. It can comfortably take up groups of enemies in 1 mag, and a major or 2 in 1 mag. Now mine comes in Void, and the elements may change for you, but I'm going to review my version of the messenger. The Void version is really nice, as for arc damage I have Fatebringer, and for solar I have Vision Confluence, and I don't like Verticrota, so that makes the Void messenger very handy, especially since there aren't many nice Void primaries in this game. Last thing to note about PvE, Head Seeker really comes into handy when dealing with the Vex, so start shooting a little bit below the crit spot so that the second and third shot in the burst lands a crit and gets the extra damage from the Head Seeker. For PvP, it's, well, OP. It's ridiculous. As soon as I got this, my KD actually jumped. Now how did that happen? Well, I'm a defensive player, and it turns out that this weapon is very well suited for this playstyle. More so than Hawkmoon, which was my previously favorite primary. Like I said, the range, accuracy, and stability on this thing is insane, more so than 3 Little Words, especially when you put on Perfect Balance, so you can 2-burst people from across the map very consistently. Speaking of 2-burst, since it does 38 crit and 41 with Head Seeker, you can get 2 burst kills even if you land 1 body shot and 2 crits on each burst. The extra damage and Head Seeker gives a lot of room for mistake, whereas with Red Death you need to land at least 5 headshots or they won't die. Also bring a good close range backup like a sidearm or a shotgun, because with the low fire rate it's hard to hit a moving target that's close to you. But as long as you keep the engagements on mid to long range, you will win gunfights 100% of the time and have very short time to kill. That is why this is one of the weapons that can beat Thorn. Even without Red Death's healing perk, the messenger can nail 2 bursts into Thorn user from ranges they have trouble hitting back and kill them near instantly. So if you're getting annoyed by Hawkmoon and Thorn in the Trials of Osiris, this is the weapon for you. So it's definitely an awesome pulse rifle, and definitely do try it out and upgrade it ASAP once you get this. It's a PvP monster, but it's also very potent in PvE. I hope you guys get lucky in Trials, and I'll see you in the next review.